and welcome to another session of class 9th biology. And we were dealing with the tissue lesson and my dear guys, we are already done with the plant tissues and we have already discussed one type of animal tissue, that is epithelial tissue. Hope you guys remembered it. Yes, epithelial tissues, we are already done with it. Yes, in my last video we discussed about epithelial tissues, and today in this session, in this video, we are going to discuss about the second type of animal tissue, that is muscle tissue or muscular tissues. Entirely in this video we are going to discuss about the muscles, what are muscles, the types of muscles and why it is necessary. So without further ado, let's get started with our second type of animal tissue, that is muscles or muscular tissue. Yes guys, you can either call it as muscles tissue or muscular tissue. But before entering into the muscles tissue, we need to understand two important terms, guys. Yes, we need to understand two important terms, and that two important terms are movement and locomotion. Yes, what are the two terms we need to understand? That is movement and locomotion. Almost all of us, we think movement and locomotion means the same, but it is not. Yes, so my question is that, does all living organism, including the plants and animals, shows movement and locomotion? Yes guys? Come on, answer me in the comment section. Does all living organism, including the plants and animals, shows movement and locomotion? Yes, come on, reply me in the comment section. Yes? Okay, let me clarify your doubt regarding movement and locomotion. No guys, not every living things. Yes, not every living things shows locomotion. They can show movement, but they are unable to show locomotion. Yes, movement and locomotion are completely two different terms and two different meanings of the two terms. Yes, locomotion is somewhat different from movement, and all living organism shows movement, no doubt in that. All living organism shows movement, but all living organisms cannot show locomotion. Now, you are going to ask me, then what is the difference between this locomotion and movement? Yes, I am going to clarify the difference between what is a locomotion and what is a movement. What is this, guys? This is a movement. Yes, guys, this is a movement. Yes, this is a locomotion. This is a locomotion. This is a locomotion. This is a locomotion. This is movement. I hope you understood now what is a movement and what is a locomotion. So how you are going to describe it? So movement is nothing but the movement of only one part of the body. Understood? Movement is nothing but the movement of only one or two parts of the body, but locomotion means changing of the position from one point to another point. Understood now what exactly the difference between a locomotion and a movement? Yes, movement guys, movement of only one part of the body or two parts of the body. I can move my hand, I can move my leg, I can move my neck. Yes, movement of only one part of the body. Understood? Movement of only one part of the body is regarded as movement, but changing of the position, yes, from one place to another place. From one place to another place is called locomotion. The changing of the position from one point to another point is called locomotion. This is what the difference between a movement and locomotion. Yes guys, your movement plant shows the movement. The stem grows upward. Yes, the roots grows downwards. Only one part is involved. Either the stem or the root. But plant doesn't show locomotion. Plants cannot move from one place to another place to protect themselves. like animals or we? Yes, so plant shows the movement, but we human beings as well as the animals shows both as movement as well as locomotions. I hope you are clear about what is a movement and what is a locomotion. So what exactly is movement? Movement of only one part of the body. And locomotion is the change of the position from one place to another place. And remember guys, plants only shows movement. No locomotion is seen in case of your plants. Now how do these movements and locomotion and I am all talking about? Yes, how is it possible? How is it possible to show a movement? How is it possible that we are moving from one place to another place? We are moving our hands. How is it possible that I am just moving from one point to another point? Who is exactly responsible for this movement and locomotion? Yes, you are right guys. The movement and locomotion is possible only because of your muscles tissue. Yes, it's only because of your muscles tissue, it's only because of your muscular tissue, the animals and the human being shows the movement as well as the locomotions. But how? See, our body has got a skeleton. Yes, and this skeleton has got bones and these bones are attached with muscles which helps in the movement or locomotion of the body. Isn't it? We all know that our body has got a skeletal system and that skeletal system is made up of completely bones and that bones are fixed or attached with the muscles and these muscles helps in movement or locomotion and also for maintaining a posture guys. Yes, these muscles are also responsible for maintaining a posture. Now I am standing. It's the posture, standing posture. When I am going to sit, it becomes a sitting posture. So that posture is also because of these muscle tissues or muscular tissue. Hope you understood guys. Yes, what is movement? Movement means movement of only one or two parts of the body. Locomotion means change of the place from one point to another point is called locomotions. Animals and human beings shows both locomotion and movement. And who is responsible for this movement and locomotion? Who is responsible? Yes guys, who is responsible? Yes, of course, our muscles tissue and muscular tissues are responsible for this movement, for this locomotion as well as for maintaining the posture of our body. And how it is done? Because of the skeletal system which makes our body, which is made up of bones and these bones are attached with the muscles which helps in movement, locomotion and posture of our body. Yes guys, now you understood why it is necessary to study about the muscle tissue or muscular tissue. So now we have studied and know lots of things about muscle tissue. We need to understand what are the characteristic features of these muscle tissue. How are muscle tissue? What is its structure? So let's move on to the characteristic features of the muscle tissue. How are they? Yes, let's study about the characteristic features of the muscle tissue. First important thing, it's made up of these muscles. I told you in the initial stages of the tissue that tissues are nothing but a group of cells. Then of course, these muscle tissues are made up of cells. What are these cells called? These cells are called muscle cells or muscle fiber. Yes guys, these muscle tissues are made up of muscle cells or muscle fibers. Why it is called as fibers? It's just like thread-like. It's just like thread-like. Yes, so these muscle tissues are made up of your muscle cells or muscle fibers. So what muscle tissues are made up of guys? It's made up of your muscle cells or muscle fibers. What it is made up of? Muscle cells or muscle fibers. Remember the first very important characteristics of these muscle tissue is that it is made up of muscle cells or muscle fibers. Yes, guys. Then comes your, how are these muscle cells? Yes, how are these muscle cells? So these muscle cells are generally elongated or large. Yes, these muscle cells are generally elongated in shape or large in size. I told you that these muscular tissues are made up of muscle cells. And what is the shape of these muscle cells? They are elongated in shape. They are elongated in shape and they are large sized. How are the muscles? First of all, muscles tissue made up of muscle cells. Muscle cells का shape क्या है? They are elongated and large sized. Yes. Now that these muscle cells किससे बना हो? Yeah, these muscle cells are made up of proteins, and what are that proteins called? That proteins are called contractile proteins. Muscle tissue. Remember guys, muscle tissue made up of muscle cells. Yes, and muscle cells are made up of contractile protein. And what are the name of these two contractile protein? Actin, A-C-T-I-N, actin and myosin. Yes, the two proteins which makes the muscle cells are called contractile proteins, and particularly the name is actin, A-C-T-I-N, and myosin, M-Y-O-S-I-N. The two proteins that makes the muscle cells are actin and myosin, which togetherly called as contractile protein, and the name itself suggests that it helps in contraction and relaxation of the muscle. Isn't it? Yes, I told you. What type of protein? Contractile protein. Contractile protein. Contraction, relaxation. Yes, it helps in contraction and relaxation, which helps in the movement of my hand. Isn't it? Let's see once again. So first of all, I told you muscle tissue made up of your muscle cells. And what is the shape of that muscle cells? They are elongated in shape and large sized. Yes, they are elongated in shape and large sized. And that muscle cells are made up of protein. What is that protein called, guys? Contractile proteins. They are called contractile proteins. And particularly which type of contractile protein? What are the names of that two contractile proteins? Actin and myosin. Yes, and as the name itself suggests, it helps in contraction and relaxation. And this contraction and relaxation helps in the movement of the body part. Yes, for example, we can take tricep and bicep muscles present in our arm. In my arm, tricep and bicep muscles are there. It undergoes contraction. Now it is in relaxed position. It undergoes contraction. It undergoes relaxation process, which helps in the movement of my hand. So contractile protein helps in the movement of the body part because of contraction and relaxation of the muscles. Yes. So hope you understood the structure. So what you are going to write in the first point? It's made up of muscle cells or muscle fiber. Why fiber? Thread-like. What is the shape of these muscle cells? Elongated and large sized. And these cells are made up of contractile proteins called actin and myosin. And this contractile protein helps in the contraction and relaxation of the body part, which helps in the movement of the body parts. Yes. And there are actually three types of muscle tissue. Yes, guys, again 3 types, and we need to study each types of muscle tissue. So what are the 3 types of muscle tissue? Skeletal muscles, smooth muscles, and cardiac muscles. What are the 3 types of muscle tissue, guys? Skeletal muscles, second one smooth muscles, and third one is your cardiac muscles. What are the 3 types of muscular tissue? The 3 types of muscular tissues are skeletal muscle, yes, skeletal muscles, smooth muscles, and cardiac muscles. What are the 3 types? Skeletal muscles, smooth muscles, and cardiac muscles. So today we are going to discuss only one type of muscle tissue, that is skeletal muscle. So try and focus only on skeletal muscles today in this sessions. Yes? So guys, now let's see the first type of your muscles tissue, that is your skeletal muscles. Yes, the first type is your skeletal muscles. And where it is found, guys? Skeletal, everywhere in the body. Yes, skeletal muscles are found in each and every part of the body, in our hands, in our legs, in our abdomen. Yes, in our triceps, biceps, everywhere muscles tissues are present, because without muscles tissue, we cannot go for movement. Yes, so it's present almost every part of our body, in your hands, legs, triceps, biceps, tongue even. Yes, the muscles tissues are present in tongue. And the most interesting fact is that the strongest muscles in our body is present in tongue. It's a very amazing and an interesting fact that the strongest muscles is present in the tongue. So where exactly it is found? What you are going to write in the occurrence? Yes, it's found almost each and every part of the body. You can give some examples like abdomen, triceps, biceps, tongue. Yes, so and tongue has got the strongest muscles as compared to the entire body. Yes, it's found in almost all parts of the body, hands, legs, triceps, biceps, tongue, everywhere it is present. So now let's see what are the characteristic features. Yes, what are the characteristic features of these skeletal muscles? How is it? I think you can see the diagram over here. Yes, can you see the skeletal muscle cells diagram here? How is it? Isn't it elongated in structure? Isn't it cylindrical in shape? It's cylindrical in shape, yes? It's cylindrical. If I am going to take one of this stripe, then it is elongated and cylindrical in shape. Yes, so let's see the characteristic features of the skeletal muscles. The first point is it's elongated and cylindrical. Yes, of course, you can easily see in the diagram. It's elongated and cylindrical in structure. Yes or no? It's completely elongated. The muscle cells or your skeletal muscle cells are elongated in shape and cylindrical in shape. First point, clear? So what are you going to write in the first point? They are elongated and cylindrical in shape. Fast in nature. Very fastly it works, guys. Skeletal muscle. Of course, when we are moving, yes, the skeletal muscles is moving also very fast. So it's very fast in nature. It is cylindrical in shape. It is elongated in shape. It is unbranched. Yes, can you see any branches over here in this diagram? No, I can't see. Yes, so it is almost unbranched skeletal muscles. So skeletal muscles are unbranched. No further, it's just simply elongated and cylindrical structure is there. No branches are there. So it's completely unbranched. And each cell is multinucleated. You can see there are a number of nucleus present here. It's one nucleus, here one other nucleus, another nucleus, nucleus. So it's multinucleate. So the muscle cells, yes, the skeletal muscle cells are multinucleate in nature, means many nucleus are present in the skeletal muscles. Yes, so each cell is multinucleated, means a number of nucleus are present and striations are present. Yes, what exactly is striations are present? What is striation? Can you see this bands? Can you see this band, guys? So this is what called striation. So this is dark band. Yes, guys. So this is dark band. And in between the two dark band, light band is present. And this dark and light band is called as your striation. Yes, striation means your alternate light and dark bands are present, that you can easily see here in the diagram. This is a dark band, this is a dark band, this is a dark band, this is a dark band. So in between the dark band, your light bands are present. Yes, in between the dark band, light bands are present, which is called striation. What is striation means? Alternate light and dark bands are present in case of your skeletal muscle fibers. Yes, and it's easily fatigue. Fatigue means thak jana. Yes, it easily gets tired. Yes, when you are going to work out continuously in a gym, you feel I am totally tired, I am feeling fatigue, I am not going to go to the gym the very next day. Means it easily get fatigue, it easily gets tired. Which one? Which one, guys? Your skeletal muscle cells get easily tired. So what you are going to write in the characteristic features of your skeletal muscle cells? So first of all, these are elongated in shape and cylindrical in shape. Fast in nature, of course. Unbranched, I can't see and you can't see the branches over there. So it is completely unbranched. And each cell is multinucleated. Multinucleated means many number of nucleus are present in the cells of skeletal muscles. Yes, guys. Striations are present. I told you what are striations. Light bands and dark bands. Yes, you can see here in the diagram. Light bands and dark bands, and easily gets tired. Yes, and it easily gets tired. So next thing is your other names. What are the other names? Yes, what are the other names of these skeletal muscles? First thing I will tell you, attached to skeleton. Yes, so it is called as your skeleton muscles. Yes, so it is called as your skeleton muscles because it is attached to the skeleton. Yes, since these skeletal muscles are attached to the skeleton of our body, we can also call it as skeleton muscles. Like in our skull, vertebral column, muscles are present attached to the skeleton. So it is called as skeleton muscles. What is the other name? Skeleton muscle. Why skeleton muscles? Because it is attached to the skeleton. And another thing I told you about striation, the light band and dark bands are present. Hence we can also call it as your striated muscles. Yes, the other name is striated muscles. Striated muscles means your dark bands and light bands are present. Striation is present. Hence these skeletal muscles can also be called as your striated muscles. What it is called? Striated muscles. What it is called? Striated muscles. Why striated muscles? Because of the presence of striation. Because of the presence of your alternate light and dark bands. And the third very cute name given to it is, it's under the control of our will. Yes, these skeletal muscles are under the control of our will. If I will to wave my hand, yes, I can do it. It's up to me. It's up to my will. It's up to my choice. Yes, if I wish to move one step forward, it's my wish. It's my choice. Yes, if I wish to raise my hands, yes, it's my wish. It's my will. So it's completely, so these muscles are completely under the control of mine. Yes, so it is called as your voluntary muscles. So it is also called as your voluntary muscles because it is under the control of our will. Yes, what are the three names given to this skeletal muscle? First one, skeleton muscle. Why skeleton muscle? Because it is attached to the skeleton of our body. Secondly, because of striation is present, it is called as your striated muscles. And the third word, since it works according to our will, it is called as your voluntary muscles. Understood? So now what is the functions of these skeletal muscles? What is the function of these striated muscles? And what is the function of these voluntary muscles? First important, movement. Of course, we all know that. So these muscles are responsible for the body movement. Yes. So these skeletal muscles, striated muscles, voluntary muscles are responsible for body movement, which is the utmost important function of these muscles. Next, it maintains the posture. If I wish to go and sit, it helps in maintaining the posture of our body. So these are the functions performed by the skeletal muscles. It helps in the body movement and it also helps in maintaining posture. Yes guys, I hope today you understood the skeletal muscles. In the next class, we are going to study about the second type of your muscle tissues. Yes, please go through it, revise it and learn it.